In 2022, the world generated a record 62 million tons of electronic waste, enough to fill 1.55 million 40-ton trucks, yet less than a quarter of it was properly recycled. By 2025, only 6.9% of the global economy is expected to be circular, meaning over 93% of extracted materials will be wasted or locked away. Supply chains are a major contributor to this inefficiency. Upstream emissions account for roughly 70% of a company's carbon footprint, yet most firms have limited visibility beyond their immediate suppliers. This lack of traceability allows ethical and environmental risks to persist. Millions remain in forced labor, and tropical forests continue to disappear at a rate of nearly 10 football fields per minute. As organizations face growing pressure to ensure ethical conduct and environmental responsibility, procurement practices have become central to achieving economic efficiency and social legitimacy. AI-driven ethical procurement systems promise to improve transparency, detect unethical behavior, and strengthen compliance, while circular supply chains aim to extend product life cycles and reduce waste. Yet how these two forces interact and how governance mechanisms moderate their impact remains unclear. From a managerial perspective, understanding this relationship is crucial for firms seeking to balance digital innovation, cost efficiency, and sustainable performance across supply networks. From a societal standpoint, the ability of AI-driven systems to nurture ethical procurement and circularity can directly influence global efforts to minimize waste, conserve resources, and promote responsible production. Against this backdrop, our research addressed two pressing questions in contemporary supply chain management. RQ1, what is the effect of AI-driven ethical procurement systems on circular supply chain orientation of buying firms? RQ2, how do contractual and relational governance mechanisms influence supplier cost performance in a circular economy? We adopted a positivist and deductive approach, developing hypotheses from TCA and relational view theories. Data were collected through a two-phase online survey of 393 managers from 197 firms that are using AI for circular initiatives. All constructs, AI-driven ethics, circular orientation, relational and contractual governance, and supplier cost performance were measured using validated multi-item Likert scales. We use covariance-based structural equation modeling to test the model. The results confirm that AI-driven ethical procurement systems strongly enhance circular supply chain orientation. Circular orientation, in turn, positively influences both relational and contractual governance, yet only relational governance improves supplier cost performance. Contractual governance surprisingly showed no significant effect on supplier cost outcomes in a circular economic context. Moreover, relational governance partially mediates the link between circular orientation and cost performance, highlighting the pivotal role of trust-based collaboration. Contractual governance failed to mediate this relationship. In short, AI enhances circularity, circularity nurtures relationships, and relationships, not contracts, drive cost efficiency in circular economics. Theoretically, our work extends TCE by demonstrating that in circular supply chains, reducing transaction costs depends less on contractual safeguards and more on relational mechanisms, namely trust, communication, and joint problem solving. We also integrate AI as a governance enabler, illustrating how digital tools can reduce bounded rationality and opportunism in complex supplier networks. Managerially, the findings suggest that firms should invest in AI-based ethical procurement systems to enhance transparency and sustainability. However, the success of the systems depend on relational governance, not rigid contractual enforcement. Managers should therefore cultivate supplier partnerships rooted in trust, data sharing, and joint innovation. In essence, this study reveals that ethical AI and relational governance together shape the new foundation of sustainable, cost-efficient procurement in the circular economy.